Hello and welcome to another edition of Ponage TV. I'm one of your hosts tonight, Tom Schumann, joined here in the studio by many faces, a few new faces that are joining us that we'll get to later, but our co-caster tonight is Kai Christian Wheaties-Torf, and we've got in the shout-out booth watching for your shout-outs, Stephen Rice 4K Rice, doing our video, the big CEO, Steve Captain Howdy, and a few guests that we'll come back to later. Say hi, Kai.
Hey guys, and like I've always said, I'm always pumped up for every matchup, but this one in particular because guess what? Cal M Finals. We're finally here after weeks and weeks of gruel, hard sweat, blood, and tears of matches being overturned, of teams going into overtime, but finally we're here with AmpedGaming versus Fever. So I couldn't be more excited. I'm pretty sure even our guests in tonight's matchup are pretty nervous themselves.
All right, and Steven, let's hear about that IRC channel and how people can get their shout-outs in tonight.
Of course, Perk. Steve Riss 4K here. I'll be handling all your shout-out needs again this evening. Now, if you want to get a shout-out into me, you got two options. You can either join us in IRC on the Game Search IRC network at poundponage.tv and drop me a message, or you can click that little blue button in the top left of your browser window there. It'll launch an applet for you, bring you right into us, and get your message into me that way. Back to you, gentlemen.
All right, thanks, Steven. Now, as we've already said, we've got some exciting guests here tonight to help provide a little more insight into tonight's match. And those guests are Z from AmpedGaming and xpERIENCE from Fever, the two teams that are going to be playing here tonight. We've got one from each team here ready to answer our interview questions in one moment. How about we go ahead and pull Z from AmpedGaming in here so we can get him a few questions in before this matches. Hello, Z, and welcome to Ponage TV, and great to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, just to get things going, we're gonna jump right into the questions. Starting off with, how have you guys been prepping for this match here tonight?
Well, I would have to admit that we've been practicing a lot more for this match than we have any other matches previously. That's about all, really. Just going over strats and stuff, the usual that we should be doing for every match, but we just started for this one.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. I had a question to ask you though. This is my personal one. And who's the player to watch in tonight's matchup? I mean, in your opinion, other than yourself, of course. I mean, on your team at least.
I'd have to say B, who should be Nani. He's, in my opinion, one of our best players.
And why is that? What makes him so Hercules-like, other than yourself and everyone else?
His shots are amazing, and he always has the M4, so he's always pretty interesting to watch.
All right. Now, I noticed that we have seen you already play Fever before in this season of Cal. Did that matchup influence the way you've prepared tonight, or has it dealt with any emotional trauma or anything like that, whatsoever, to prepare for this match?
No, not really. I personally think Fever was just underprepared for that. I think they've been practicing a lot, and I think they're going to be way better this time. So we're practicing hard.
Well, I spoke with Fever earlier today, and they also told me that these guys, for the first time in a long time, they decided to sit down, practice, and put their tri-pants on. But what I'm curious, though, what makes your team stand out more than Fever and the various other teams around the league? I mean, how are you guys, number 14 ranked, still alive in these playoffs when you've got top dogs such as Malice going down, K2 going down? How are you guys still alive? What's been motivating and driving your team to, I guess, make it to Cal M Finals this far in the stage?
I don't know. I don't know, we just love playing this game. I have no idea.
All right, and we'll finish off with just maybe one more question here for you, and that is, what is your prediction for this match here tonight? What team do you think is going to win, and what do you think that score is going to be?
I don't know. It's gonna be tough because Fever is pretty good, and I'd have to go like 13. I'd say 13-7 Fever. That's my prediction.
Well, you think
right.
Fever's gonna win this matchup, not you?
I don't know. You know, it could go either way, but I mean, I do have to put my faith in them.
Z, your team is listening. I'm sure they're listening. Give them some hope. How much are you going to win by here tonight?
Well, if we win, it would definitely be 13-9 or 13-10.
All right. Thank you, Z, for being here tonight, and thank you for answering our questions. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
All right, now we're going to go ahead and switch things up, and we're going to bring Experience from Fever into the studio, and we're going to have him answer a few of our questions. Welcome, Experience.
Well, hello.
Great to have you here.
Nice to be here.
You know, we're just going to run down a few of the same questions here that we had asked Z, starting with what kind of things have you done to prepare for tonight's matchup?
Well, if you want to know the truth, we really didn't go over anything else. We're just basically going to run what we know works. And I mean, we've played a couple scrims just to make sure our aim is on, and that's about it.
Wait, your aim? I mean, are you guys actually worried about that? I mean, given at your level you guys are at, I mean, the winning over in Season 6 and the championship wins, the Super Bowl ring he's got just glittered all over your fingers. You guys are actually worried about your shots right now?
Really, yeah, that's about the only thing we usually worry about coming into matches, just making sure we're not rusty. Because, I mean, there's been a couple matches where we came in just totally, like, 2-week breaks, and, well, we paid for it, so we're making sure that doesn't happen.
Well, xpEeZy, if I may ask this, and I asked Z the same question, and who's the player to watch in tonight's matchup, in your opinion, other than yourself, of course? I mean, who do you think, on your team at least?
On my team, since it's Train, our biggest offer, besides me, would be Frank Ridic. I'm sure he'll hit some absolutely retarded shots, so he'd probably be the player to watch. As far as the opposing team, I cannot tell you. I would say Z, because if I remember last match, he did us pretty dirty, so I want to say Z for the other team.
All right, and you were talking a little bit earlier about, you know, some matches you had paid for not getting your aim up. What kind of influence has your past run-in with Amped, you had played a few weeks ago in Cal, what kind of, you know, changes have you made since your last run-in with them, or has it, you know, mentally affected you or anything of the sort?
Really, we just kind of pushed it aside and said, you know what we did wrong. We practiced for the match. I can't say we didn't. We practiced pretty hard for the match, and we were executing everything perfect. And then just came match time, everything just went wrong. I was a little moody, and I think I took it out on my teammates a little, and it really affected the match. So I've toned everything down. We've toned everything down. And basically we've gone back to the basics, and just that's how we've been playing.
If I may ask this, and believe me, I'm sure you have your own answer to this as well. How did you yourself prepare for this AmpedGaming matchup? Just you as a player, did you just... I mean, I've seen CGS interviews where they talk about, you know, lifting weights, eating healthy, you know, that kind of junk. But, I mean, for some people still, there's still that inner feeling, oh my goodness, this is, you know, Callan finals, how am I going to cope with it? Some people are nervous on Ventrilo, they're talking to their teammates, they're talking to their dads, crying on their shoulders. I mean, any of that sort. I'm pretty sure you don't cry on your dad's shoulder, but you never know, right? So how did you yourself prepare for this match, and how did your teammates go into motivating each other and just making this another matchup just like the rest, going on Ventrilo, having a little speech, huddling up, and, you know, having a good old hug?
Basically, we always do our little motivation talk. You know, we convince ourselves we have the match in the bag, even, you know, if something else may happen. We've been playing for a while, so for seasons, so I don't think most of us really get nervous coming in anymore. As I said, all we do is just basically make sure all our aim's on as far as preparation for in-game, and then just the mental game, we hype ourselves up, invent, and we go from there. We congratulate each other when we hit dumb shots or get a pick or something.
All right, and our last question for you is, what is your prediction of the match tonight? What is this score going to be?
Well, depending on how many rounds they can get on CT or on their T side, if we play our normal game, I think we can have it be a not very close match. I want to say around maybe 13-5, depending on how good their CT is. I'm pretty confident in our T side. We've always had a very strong T side. We've always had a strong CT side. Hopefully they can't find our weaknesses, but we're going to try to prevent any of those. So I want to say about 13-5.
All right. Well, thank you, xpERIENCE, for taking some time out before your matchup to come in here, answer our questions, deal with us barraging you and making you feel like, the all-star that you guys are. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And that is xpERIENCE from Fever. And we're going to take it back to Kai, who's going to talk a little bit about this map and how, both these teams have talked about its terrain, and, even xpERIENCE mentioning the AWP, being the guy to watch, the guy with that strong AWP. So, let's talk a little bit about how that AWP plays a crucial factor in this map.
Alright, D-Train. Now, it's just what the name says. It's filled with trains in really weird areas of the map. And quite frankly, you have yourself #1 ranked Fever in CalM, #8 ranked in CVOP, versus AmpedGaming, 5th ranked right now, or should I say 14 ranked in CalM. And when they come in CalM playoffs, everyone assumes these guys are out of it, and they come in with a complete ferocity, and they just ferociousness, and I can't think of any other isness words right now, but I'm telling you, they had all of it. They were isness all over the place. AmpedGaming comes in, knocking off top-tier teams, and then Fever started showing off the rings because, hey, guess what? In CalM Season 6, they won. Season 7, CalI, they won. Season 3, CVOM, they won. Is that something to brag about? You betcha. I mean, Fever is the team that everyone says is going to demolish people right now. And AmpedGaming has been the underdog throughout the entire CalM playoffs, and they've come in with a #14 rank and have worked themselves up into the top of the match right now, CalM finals, by Ponage TV coverage. And Cal, by the way, if I may mention this, has just completely helped everyone out. They've been posting on the forums, they've been posting on the channels, they've just been advertising these playoffs, and we've had a huge turnout of people. We had 600 people show up last week to semifinals. That's enormous. So if you're not on Ponage TV right now and your friend or your mom is in, and believe me, get your sister involved as well and have her send me a message on IRC. But I'm letting you guys know right now. Talk to your friends. This matchup is going to be one heck of a match because AmpedGaming has been underestimated the entire time throughout D-Train, or CalM playoffs for that matter, and here they are up against #1 ranked Fever, and these guys are not going to back down about a fight. Whether people think it's going to be a 13-0 win or not, AmpedGaming is going to win some rounds because these guys have practice, as you heard from Z a second ago, and this matchup is going to be one that, hey, it's not going to be forgotten because, hey, you have Ponage TV covering, and what is better than that? So, believe me, I can't think of one simple thing. Well, actually, I can think of one, but, we'll just keep that to myself right now.
That's, once again, Kai Christian Wheaties Torf looking for your sister's number. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about the map itself now. Train is a very, very hard map if you're not an AWPer. It's very AWP heavy, and you're going to see them sitting back in the inner sight, watching those long aisles, upper and lower, scouting away with that AWP, rotating. You'll see occasionally teams playing it with two, but more commonly I've been seeing the one man holding that sight down, calling for the rotators, them coming through Z, coming through spawn, etc. And once again, those rotators coming from Z and coming from spawn normally have an AWP. So the AWP is the gun to have in this match, and with the rules being that they start with 16K, they've got plenty of money, several rounds that they can go, and if they lose, that they can buy another AWP. Now, if they buy full out, you get about 2 rounds with an AWP and full out gear. If you don't buy full out, which is more common because you really don't need everything in this map. You know, you can probably get about 3 rounds with the AWP being bought if you're losing. Now, if you're winning, obviously you're in great shape. You can keep buying the gun, you can keep helping out your teammates who might be dying, and you're financially in great shape. And you can keep buying that AWP to cover all the main areas, including the ladder room, watching the T connector out in outer area, and you can watch, you know, Ivy even with the AWP. Ivy's one of the few places you might see the guy with the M4, that strong player, you know, with the M4 coming out. You know, as Z was saying, his team's got a few guys strong with the M4. You might see them playing there.
Oh, by the way, if I mentioned this one, and somebody explain this to me, please. Now, you've had several call spots on the map, such as train 5 train. Now, if we have some mathematicians in over here, and I'm asking you guys to send a message over to Risk4K, because mathematician or not, believe me, I know my map, and that is not a 5 train. Because if you count closely and attentively, there are not 5 trains that leads to that 151. I mean, for all we could say, that could be a Wheaties train too. I mean, I prefer that one, like the one next to Euler outside, for example. Just call that Wheaties train. It could be filled with boxes of Wheaties. You never know. But 5 train back there, and you have like 2 train on the left side. It's bizarre. So some of these call spots in this map are a bit odd, but nonetheless, it's going to be, I guess, amusing to see how Fever or AmpedGaming takes into A site. Because A site, by the way, can be taken with lots of nice smokes, tossing over the top of the rooftop, smoking up CT connector, and then bada bing, bada boom, you're in A site. And when that happens, believe me, ladies and gentlemen, your sister can't even help you out because she was talking to me on IRC. Because I'm telling you right now, D-Train is a map that's going to be smoked up, flashed up, and in they go. It's going to be stealing the train robbery after train robbery, and the Wheeze will be all gone. No more boxes left. And 5 train is going to be a key pick outside because that's the one thing they'll have to have a nice trouble on smoking up. They got to smoke up CT connector. So a lot of pick spots for the CTs to take off the A team. But nonetheless, inner bunny hop into it, and the guy up in B side is going to be sitting there with his mouth gaping open, and he's going to be chewing on something, and it's not going to be pretty for him. Barrel after barrel, and that's it for him. Lights out, and D-Train can go either way depending on your oppers, can go either way depending on your pushes, your bunny hops, your smokes, your flashes. But there are going to be those people that will shine, stand out, and a lot of squealing will go on, because as, for example, xpERIENCE, or xpEeZy, as he wants to be called, xpEeZy was telling me that ridic is going to be one of the player to watch in his opinion, because guess what? He's the guy who's going to op everyone out of there. It's going to be op fest galore, and before you know it, it's going to be sore walking home for the opponent team, because if you don't smoke up right, your behind is going to be smoking up with op shots, and that's it. Lights out, done over, and the Cal championship belongs to the opposing team because you can't smoke properly. So smoke up the spots, cover up the spots, and then move forward. If you have poor op shots, I guess improvise and put on your little Hermes feet and just wing clip around and start floating in the air. That's the best choice you can do, because it's going to be a push in A site, lights out, and done, over with, and that's it for them. So Fever, team to watch, as xpERIENCE said, he's got ridic on his radar. He's saying, or ridic rather, pardon me, and he's telling him, you know, this guy's the guy to watch because he got the op shot. AmpedGaming is saying we got a guy with the M4 here, and he's gonna toss some lights out, and he's gonna knock out some light bulbs. So, like I said, either we'll see Hermes flying around, we'll see the train robberies, or we'll just see a whole lot of just shoot 'em up and done with. So it's the matchup that can go either way depending on how you approach it. So smokes or no smokes, and it's your death. You call it.
All right, and Riss, how many shout-outs have we got lined up in that IRC channel? I imagine quite a few at this point, since this is a very highly anticipated game.
Oh, there's a lot of interest flowing through IRC right now. I've got about a dozen shout-outs. How many think you guys can take at the moment?
You know, well, we've got 10 in the server, but let's go ahead and get about 5 in if we can right now.
Wonderful, wonderful. Tonight's first shout-out goes to Calzone Edwin T, who wants to shout out Wheaties, noting that he's cooler than Cheerios and just as good as Corn Flakes. Then, AmpedGaming wants to shout out KG and Z, hoping they have a solid game. He wants CRuNK to try and not lay an egg this match, finally noting that Amped is a Calo team stuck in a Cal-I's body. After that, Aftermath, Colonel Corn wants to shout out AmpedGaming, warning them that they must watch out for Ridic's offshot, because he might actually break their ACS. AmpedGaming's GM Chris wants to tell Ryota that he needs to go feed the penguins again this evening. And Evolution wants to shout out Technologic, also noting that toast is bad.
All right. you know, we have a few more minutes here. If you want to go ahead and read a few more, go for it.
Oh, I got a couple more here for you. Trip C's wants to send a shout out to Technologic saying you're bad and you don't belong in CVOP when you've not been out of And Tech96 wants to send a shout out to Jordan Altsoft mentioning he's bad. Snickers says it's time for DOTA. And Prophet Ninja wants to send a shout out to Wheaties, who thinks you owe him, so he wants you to declare him the greatest person alive.
Whoa, wait, let me get this out of control here. This is going beyond me. These shout-outs guys are going nuts. Let me first answer the first one. Edwin T, I gotta say, Wheaties is all you need. And I had that personal advertisement a week ago where I was talking about your bowl of cereal, and that's all you'll ever need, and that's filled with me. And that kind of rhymed, and I'm kind of proud of myself right now while I'm doing that. But check this out as well. So, I gotta say, and I gotta say this sweetly, but shoutouts is your #1 way you guys can talk about what you guys want to talk about. You guys can do what you want to do. And we've got one heck of a cutie doing them. So, like I said, if it's not, I mean, honestly, if you haven't seen or done shoutouts yet, it's a blast because people can talk what they want to talk about. They can talk about your psychiatrist, for example, if you want to take it that far. I mean, we can hold your hand, we can talk you through your sister's problems, and I'll definitely be there for you. That's what it comes down to. And by the way, you are looking at Cal-M finals right now. This is not the joke. This is the serious business, as you have #1 ranked Fever versus #14 ranked AmpedGaming, and these guys are ready to go with Fever starting off on CT side first. And by the way, if I may introduce the starting 5 at Fever for tonight's matchup, you have Fever's #1 player, ZDK, ridic, Eternity, xpEEZy, oh there he is, and there's frozt. The starting 5 for AmpedGaming for tonight's matchup, starting off #1 is Nani, Z, CRuNK, Ryota, and KG4227. So, like I said, you've got two colossal teams. AmpedGaming has pushed themselves through, and now you've got #1 ranked Fever versus #14 ranked AmpedGaming. And Fever's just taking a quick bathroom break as they try to get their bodily fluids under control. And like I want to mention one last thing, by the way. A big thanks to Cal, because Cal has done an outstanding job throughout these playoffs and advertisements and just being a helping hand to the players, letting them know what's going on. So there's been no confusion. It's been a smooth ride the entire time. There have been no AC problems other than the one over, of course, the AC car was pulled out on Shoot 'em Up. But that's a technicality issue. I mean, it's just a matter of Cal's been in the entire time, done a great job, and we at Pwners TV thank you. And so good job to Cal, as we've got a Cal and Christy watching this matchup and making sure this all stays under control, tight-locked in one colossal game of Cal-M Finals on D-Train, Round 4, win or go home.
All right, and at this time, we're going to also take a moment to thank a bunch of other people, our sponsors here at PTV, including SteelSeries for all your headphones, mice, keyboards, and other gaming accessories. X-Track Pads for the best mouse pads out there, that's xtrackpads.com. And PCX Mods, PCXmods.com for pure gaming addiction. Don't forget to use coupon code PWNAGETV for 20% off your X-Track Ripper, Fat Mat mouse pads, and also towards your Mad Dots. That's PCX Mods. Alright, thank you to all of our sponsors, and we are going to see all 10 players in here ready to go, as the last member of AmpedGaming is now back, and they are saying that they are ready to go, so hopefully we are going to see an LO3 here momentarily, as we're just waiting for the ready to go sign from the Cal admin.
Oh, by the way,
both teams have said they are ready.
One quick mention right now, guys. You guys are listening and paying attention and listen closely. Our sponsors make all this possible here at Pwners TV. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be around. You wouldn't have this entertainment. Your sisters wouldn't have a date. You wouldn't have kind of a lot of fun in Cal-M Finals. And so remember, just go to our site, www.pwnage.tv, and just click on the advertisements. Doesn't do a lot of damage. It takes a couple seconds, and bada bing, bada boom, you're there. And so thanks to our sponsors once again. They make all this possible. If it wasn't for them, you guys and we wouldn't be here. You guys are just sitting by yourselves watching a scoreboard on the IRC channel. So thanks to our sponsors once again.
Yeah, you know, go check out their equipment. They've got some absolutely amazing mouse pads over at X-Track Pads, and you know, the headphones, mice, and keyboards over at SteelSeries. I mean, all these companies, they have got stuff worth checking out and at great prices for the quality. I mean, seriously, take the time to go check them out. And you know, we're very great people at Pwners TV, and we put it all on our website, so you can just click, one click away, no hassle in worrying about with websites or looking them up. They're all right there, so take the time and go check them out. You know, during the halftime pregame, that's what it's about. All right, we are still waiting here for this match to go LO3, so how about we take it back to Risk4K? Do we have any more shoutouts that we can get in at this time?
You know, these shoutouts have in fact been pouring in ever since we called out to the people. I'll dump you about 4 of them right now. First of all, we got Phil, who wants to send a shout-out wishing good luck to both teams, noting he can't wait to see this sick action. Then we got Ponage TV's own Venkman, who wants to send a shout-out to Frost because he's got the hottest game in ESEA, noting that he loves you, baby cakes. Amp's own Heiko wants to send a shout-out to Vapor because he's the sexiest mofo alive. And Ponage TV's own Big Pimpin' wants to shout out Wheaties and wants to note that from here on out, it'll officially be known as Wheaties Train.
Oh, that's right, the Wheaties Train, and believe me, this train has just taken off as this matchup of Cal M Finals is now underway. We have Fever on the CT side first, and AmpedGaming on T side first half. So like I said, the Wheaties Train just took off, and the Ponage TV train is right alongside of it, as bombs being carried by KG427, and now being tossed off as one guy or two guys head over towards Ivy, and the rest take upper B. So let's get a little jukey dookie going here as AmpedGaming sets up for a fake on Ivy and 3 guys at upper, as flashes and smokes and nades are exchanged at Ivy, and this party is just within moments of taking off. Whoever bought the confetti is now pushing up as Nani goes for a quick peek but eats the nade, and I guess he's no longer hungry as he backs off slowly. Nani and Ryota as ZDK with a spray through smoke downs off Nani. Ryota with the returns to favor and kills ZDK. 4 guys remaining for both sides. Bombs up by CRuNK, and the action going on at inner. And I'm going to hop over to the inner team right now as they've got 2 guys at ladder right now trying to push out. And xpEeZy with an off shot on KG at inner. Now you have 3 guys remaining for AmpedGaming. And that's about it. You got 2 guys up now as Eternity kills Ryota, and people are getting picked off right now for AmpedGaming. Nothing really happening as they try to smoke stuff up. A little bit of confusion. And ridic with a pick on CRuNK outside. 1 guy remaining for AmpedGaming. 15 seconds left. And he's pinned down as Z sprays through Oiler. Kills Eternity, but Frost just freezes his gun shut and kills him.
And that first round does go to Fever. You know, even AmpedGaming's own came in here and said, you know, that he was expecting Fever to win. So we're going to see here Counter-Strike side, or Counter-Terrorist side, excuse me, for Fever. You know, this is a Counter-Terrorist sided map, in my opinion. And that being said, they are going to have the chance to pull several rounds out early, set themselves up with a nice lead, and hopefully demoralize AmpedGaming before they go over to the Counter-Terrorist side and try and hold the ever-heavy Fever offense. As we've got 55 seconds left, absolutely no action whatsoever yet. Finally, xpEeZy coming out with 2 big strong off shots in that back halls on B, taking out both KG427 and CRuNK. 40 seconds left on that clock. That bomb is now working its way towards the locker rooms as ZDK takes out Ryota, leaving 2 members of AmpedGaming left, and Z comes out strong out of ladder room, taking out Frost, but ridic takes out Z in that that ladder room area. Nani coming out for that last. Nope, not gonna get it. Bye-bye.
I mean, look at what AmpedGaming is doing right now. They're basically waving the good old flag around, saying, here, this is where I am. And what you saw xpEeZy do was just quick shot after quick shot on those guys at back halls. Got 2 off shots, settled and done with. And AmpedGaming right now is looking at a 2-round loss, and they got to start stepping it up because they're not even getting kills right now. We got Z with 2 kills and Ryota with 1 kill. As the entire AmpedGaming team pushed out a T-connector, flashes, smokes, nades, and believe me when I say the entire team is out. As ZDK, Frost, Eternity, and the entire Fever team just joins on the action, getting kill after kill. And it was a gun barrage. I mean, when I say execution, I mean execution. They were lined up, down, and done with. Fever, everyone just taking a kill of their own. And Fever with all 3 kills on the scoreboard, and that round was over quickly.
You know, Fever had a nice multiple angle setup, and they came in, flanked them, shot them from head on, left, right, every angle that they could except from behind because there wasn't even enough time for them to get there. Otherwise, I'm sure they would have been there. But they were flanking them and everything, and they just completely annihilated AmpedGaming because they didn't have time to set up any sort of position. As now we're inside that A site and seeing a whole bunch of smokes set up, but that bomb is still going to sit slowly in that T connector waiting as he is going to start moving up. And let's watch that bomb carrier as he's pushed out inside of A, and he does not get frost because of that railing. He must have been close, though, as 3 members of AmpedGaming are already taken down by Fever, leaving only CRuNK and KG left, who are over on the B side of things. Now, that site is cleared for them, so they are pushing through it, but, and here comes xpEeZy at the back at spawn, and taking out both members of AmpedGaming for another round for Fever.
I mean, I hate to say this when I say this, and I didn't mean it sweetly, of course, but right now we have AmpedGaming the Frog, and he's just waiting to be kissed by some kind of princess because AmpedGaming is not getting the job done. They need to turn to a prince, and they need to start blossoming because this matchup is going to be over soon with the way Fever's taking control of it. All angles, and right now AmpedGaming, like I said, they're hopping around like a little frog waiting to be kissed by that prince, and there might not be time for that special kiss because, like I said, I mean, Fever's hopping around, and you have xpEeZy with an op shot that's just, it's making me cry even over here, because his shot is quick. It's left and right, right and left, left and right, and boom, over with. xpEeZy doesn't miss, yeah, it's done with. And you have ridic just completely all over the place, and he's having a good old time with 4-0. xpEeZy hasn't died either with a 5-0, so right now the AmpedGaming team is holding hands at Ivy and hoping for that special kiss as they start pushing up. And you have one guy watching Ivy, and when he catches the nade in his mouth, clenches onto it, ZDK can't hold it off, though, as ryota picks him off. Frost kills off CRuNK over at ladder, and now you have a push on Ivy as the entire Fever team dwindles down on him, securing the site. And what's going to happen is you're looking at AmpedGaming completely walking into an ambush as Eternity guns down ryota, Frost downs off Nani, and Bomb is down Ivy. One guy remaining. KG, as ridic comes around the corner with a 1-dig on KG, and that's it. Another round for Fever. Like I said, AmpedGaming is the frog in this scenario. They need a kiss. They need that special kiss.
You know, ZDK got taken out early. He got 2 big nades, bringing him down to 3 HP, yet he was still able, with that 3 HP, to connect to one of the AmpedGaming members' heads, takes him out, and, you know, offered plenty of time for his team to rotate over and provide cover, even though he knew he wasn't going to make it much longer, and his teammates set up an ice crossfire and laid it down hard as AmpedGaming tried to push out, and they got completely annihilated within a few seconds. Even though they had smoke and cover, they didn't have any nades or anything to provide excess damage to the members of Fever, and the result was catastrophic for them. As we're going to go ahead and watch that bomb get laid down down by spawn area this round, as they're going to just try and work some picks, it appears, as they found that none of their rush strats have worked. They've tried to rush inside inner right, they've tried to work Ivy now, and it hasn't worked. They even tried to get a few guys over at B. We haven't seen, I don't believe, that full-out B rush yet, though, which hopefully we'll see a little bit later. But AmpedGaming coming out strong on this pick strat, taking out 2 members of Fever already. That bomb is now up, and KG's walking with it as he gets taken down by Frost, who takes out Z as well. CRuNK gets up and takes out Frost. And we're going to see now a one-on-one situation, ryota versus xpEeZy, that quick off shot. As he is in the back of sight, 10 seconds left, that bomb is up, and here he comes, and he sees ryota and takes him out for another round. A close one, though, as this score is 6-0 in favor of Fever.
Well, notice this, though. I mean, AmpedGaming had 2 entry kills. They got their picks, came in fast, and what happened? Frost put on his little baseball hat and started knocking him out of ballpark. Just, I mean, home run after home run, took down 2 players before he himself was taken down. And not only that, but he just completely annihilated everyone else. They were down to no health. As here comes AmpedGaming again with a push outside and a nade stack by Eternity and Frost. And here comes ryota with a kill on Frost. But once again, I mean, AmpedGaming lost 2 guys in that push. They backed off. Wasn't their cup of tea. But this tea party, I mean, you got it. All of them are hurt right now. I mean, except what appears to be, I mean, I can't even tell you anymore because it's ridiculous what's happening. Not ridic, but it's ridiculous because check it out. They push out, they eat the nade stack and back off. I mean, do they want to just lose their health and push in? I mean, it's not looking pretty as the only player with more than 70 health right now is Nani. Nani's trying to push up on inner. You have 3 guys remaining. ryota with the bomb. You have KG with a 0 bomb right now, trying to control of it. 4 guys remaining for Fever. 30 seconds left, and that bomb is being worked in the B site. And like I mentioned, you got to watch out for those op shots. As here comes Eternity getting down by ryota, and you've xpEeZy with an op shot on KG. Nani gets off ridic, and now xpEeZy again. This guy is all over the place, killing ryota as ZDK kills off Nani. And that's another round for Fever. And KG and the rest of the guys just jumped into a nade stack at mid and ran off. I mean, what was that? Did they want to catch nades? I mean, this is HE nade toss catch day, or what's up?
You know, Z from AmpedGaming, before the match, not coming out with the confidence that, in my opinion, he should have had. You know, expecting Fever to win over his team. No self-motivation there whatsoever. I mean, maybe a realist, I'm sure, you know, that he must have been anticipating this happening because he's thinking, CEVO P team versus CEVO A team. Yeah, we're good, but we're not CEVO P yet. You know, who knows what they're thinking exactly, but you know, this round is going to start off strong once again for Fever as xpEeZy with that off shot over in B is holding down that fort single-handedly, and frozt taking out ryota. frozt also taking out KG as that bomb is now planted over in B, and ridic taking out nani xpEeZy with a deagle on Z, and all 5 members of AmpedGaming are dead. xpEeZy going for that bomb defuse, and that's going to bring him up to an annihilating 14-0. An undefeated, untouched score so far, as both he and his team are with 0 against them.
I think xpEeZy's Superman, to be honest. This guy, he is dodging bullets. He might be Neo from the Matrix. I don't know what he's doing, but he is staying alive, staying top of his game. That off shot is shutting down AmpedGaming, and they cannot make anything out of it as they send 2 guys over towards Ivy. One guy trying to pick T connector, but no luck there as he couldn't connect. And now bomb is tossed off at upper B in bathrooms, and he's hoping to clean the bomb off a little bit. But it's not going to help him out much, as xpEeZy is just, he's having the match of his life. I wouldn't say that far, but he's definitely having a huge impact with that op, and he's taking care of a lot of business. As frozt comes in with the M4, and shot after shot as ZDK keys off nani. And here again, AmpedGaming is walking to an ambush with 3 guys picked off. Eternity with 2 kills of his own. CRuNK and KG go down to his M4. Bomb is up by Z. You have a looks to be a one-on-one scenario as he looks down ladder. Z realizes that it's going to be him or frozt as frozt comes up, jumps out of, he goes back down ladder again, comes up as frozt kills Z around the corner of ladder. Z couldn't kill him, and that was it. Another round for Fever. As Fever, once again, I got to mention this, xpEeZy is 14-0. He's Neo right now. He's dodging bullets. He's the one.
Let's go ahead and watch xpEeZy this round. Let's see if he can finally get taken out by AmpedGaming, or let's see if he can have the game of his life, as he is actually going to go over to A site this round, even though he's been over at B for numerous rounds, and it appears he's realizing he needs to get over to B, as he's going to go over there. But now he's going back to A, as that team is going over to A site, and KG is going to take out his own teammate. Oh no, there goes xpEeZy as he is taken out for the first time, you know, running with a flash out, but his teammates are going to recover as they are going to take out all the members of AmpedGaming, even with xpEeZy down and out.
Well, check this out, right? I mean, this is a poor move by AmpedGaming because, hey, what are you going to do if you're going to send 5 guys down a small aisle? What's the worst that could happen? I could think of several things, and one of those was the entire Fever team just collided on them, and the one thing they could do is just, I want to say, kill each other, which KG did do as he knocked off his own teammate. But now it's going to be an inner push as bomb's being carried by Z, and the bomb's going into B site, as you have, once again, xpEeZy and ridic just working that thing. Ridic is just all over the place with his op, as xpEeZy covers it up with a 14-1 bomb right now. And check it out. I mean, AmpedGaming is sitting back on this one, waiting for the smokes to get in. But if they wait any longer, that smoke's going to subside as ZDK goes off nani, and the Ivy guy goes down. frozt with a kill on KG. Frosty, oh my goodness. Well, a shot on KG as he pushed up ladder. And the action starting off again, bomb being carried, as I mentioned, by Z. 3 guys remaining for AmpedGaming. And Fever is just, they're shooting fish in a barrel right now. They're just knocking people out left and right. It's a fishing game for them. And right now, they're baiting him in with the frozt push on ladder. And bomb's going to go down B site as ryota kills xpEeZy. Ridic with a kill on ryota. 2v4 scenario. Bomb down on B site. As here comes Fever. And these guys are coming in with a vengeance as their top gamer got down off the ryota. And Z with a 1D on ZDK. frozt kills Z. 1v3. Eternity kills off CRuNK. And that's another round for Fever. If this turns to a 12-0, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear me say some really bad things. One of those things is going to be my Wheaties bowl is officially slobbered up, and it's just starting to drain with milk, because this is sad, as AmpedGaming cannot connect on anything, as their bottom fragger KG's dropping a 0 bomb, 0-11, and ryota's only got 5 kills. And their bottom fragger for Fever's got 7-5, so what's going on over there?
You know, ever since I put the heat on xpEeZy, both rounds now he's died, so we're not going to watch him in hopes that maybe he can have a better game. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jinx it. Let's go ahead and watch, however, Z over on AmpedGaming side of things, and let's see what he can do. You know, it's funny, this is a highly anticipated match, two great teams who've had great seasons, and you know, this is what's happening tonight, 11-0 so far, as ZDK and KG are each going to walk out with a kill of their own, making this 4-4. That bomb is over by that ladder room, and he's got a teammate there with an AK, kind of peeking it out for him, as he's going to come out strong and take out frozt. Making this now a 2-on-4 is KG, who's going to take out two guys, now making it 1-on-3 as xpEeZy is that last member. I'm not going to watch him. I refuse to, because he's going to get jinxed, and I'm going to take blame for it. So we're going to watch Ryota instead, as xpEeZy is over in the back of site watching that bomb site, but the bomb is currently working its way over to B, where it is going to get planted on the side of the train. And Ryota is still in A side, but he doesn't realize that xpEeZy is over in B, where he is watching that bomb, and he gets a big kill on Ryota, who was coming through that Z connector. Now a one-on-one situation. He doesn't know where CRuNK is, and he's coming up quick on him, and he gets taken out by CRuNK. I'm sorry, I actually did switch to xpEeZy. I'll take blame.
I have a confession to make. I was watching xpEeZy the entire time, so I too take blame, as xpEeZy just, he wasn't very peasy or very sheezy on that one, as he got one heck of a shot, but I must confess, as I noticed, he missed an easy off shot on that bomb planter, and then, of course, turned out for the worst, as CRuNK just turned around and 1AK'd his face off. Now, no longer is xpEeZy very feezy, or easy. He's now deady. I mean, and now second half is getting ready, as the L3 is trying to get initiated, and Cal Edmund just waiting for his quick little fingers as they get ready. And I gotta say, 11-1 right now, as AmpedGaming got one round there, the last one. But it was a well-executed round, I gotta mention, because they came in fast, they worked off the pick, and then they worked together. One thing they haven't been doing the entire matchup, as Fever's been working as a unit the entire time, zoning in on people and pulling the good old Alpha Deagle pull in and Alpha Niner and just annihilate strategy they've been pulling all night. As we're going to be watching the bomb being carried by frozt, as frozt appears to be working to B with his teammate, and it's going to be, they're going to pull the good old Hunchman of Notre Dame, and they're just going to jump on top of the ladder and hope something happens there. As Nani kills off CDK, ridic kills off CRuNK. You have a kill exchange over here. There's 4 guys remaining for both sides. Bomb up by frozt. xpEeZy kills Nani, and here he comes out of Ivy. I want to watch this guy, and if I can jinx him, it can only be me or myself and Tom Perchuman. As here they come, as xpEeZy tries to push off an A site, misses an off shot on CD connector, sees the guy hit a 5 train. What a 1 dig on KG! Settled, done, over, lights out for that guy. Ridic with a kill on Z. 1 guy remaining for AmpedGaming. 4 guys up for Fever. 30 seconds left. This, ladies and gentlemen, could be over very soon, as Fever looks to take their next round up, as Ryota's got to pull some kind of miracle out of his little bunny hat, or else that'll be it. And like I said, this frog needs to be kissed by a prince right now. They need a miracle of some sort, as he's got to down 4 Fever players, and these guys have been all over the map tonight. As he kills xpEeZy, xpEeZy calls his pants down, as Ridic kills Ryota, and that's a round for Fever. And now you're looking at a complete win out here by AmpedGaming, or else it's, I gotta sorry to say this, lights out, baby.
And Ridic coming out huge with that last round, as he got 3 kills, all amazing off shots, you know, that made that round happen. That second one in particular over in Z connector, there was smoke up, and he was just spamming it, and he got a blind kill. That first one, he managed to get a guy before he was killed. You know, the guy shot on Ridic, he missed his shot, and Ridic took him out in exchange and said, I'm a better offer than you. You stink, bye. And that was it. As xpEeZy, once again, coming out, taking out Nani after Nani had taken out ZDK. Now 4-on-4 situation with frozt holding that bomb over outside a B site. We're going to watch as xpEeZy is taken out by CRuNK. We got Ryota, who is still in that site. Let's go ahead and watch him. And I'm going to pass this over to Wheaties, as I've experienced a slight technical difficulty on my end.
Oh, Ryota with a kill on frozt. Bomb is going to be defused within a matter of seconds. AmpedGaming is going to take this round. It's going to be that guy's watching upper right now, as Ridic doesn't see that bomb going down, as he gets a quick shot on Ryota. You've got yourself a 3v1 scenario. Bomb planted in B site. And like I've been saying right now, this matchup could be over very soon if they don't shut Ridic down. And bomb's been defused. Ridic couldn't see anything. I couldn't see anything. I was Ray Charles beyond Ray Charles. And bomb being carried by xpEeZy this round. And right now, AmpedGaming picking up the pace, getting their first round of this half. But, I mean, check this out, right? Check me out when I say this. But Fever just said, you know, slow the pace down a little bit. We'll go to B, get some pick. As here comes Fever all over A site, pushing Courtyard, flashes, nades, smokes. As Eternity kills off CRuNK, Nani kills Eternity, ZDK kills Nani, kill exchange. 3 guys up for both sides. And this matchup could be over soon, as they've got A site right now. The bomb being carried by ZDK, and he pulls the good old Jukey Duke, and he takes over to B site. But Fever pulled a pull A push, and AmpedGaming just caught with their pants down, lost 2 players, but quickly recovered and knocked off ridic and Eternity for Fever. So bomb still being carried by ZDK of this half. But check this out, as everyone right now has got one side covered. Ryota with a kill on ZDK. Bomb is down in B site. 2 guys up, 1 in CD connector. xpEeZy with a kill on Ryota. KG kills off frozt, and Z kills the champ of last round, killing off xpEeZy. And now this matchup is starting to look a little more even side. As we said, it is Cal-Am finals. It isn't more of this holding hands and good talking scenario, as AmpedGaming picks up that round, just like we took the last round, as it was 1v3 versus ridic. Ridic was flashed last round and took that one over. And AmpedGaming setting up for that A push that happened last round with nades, flashes, smokes. As I'll be watching KG playing back a 5 train. I wish I could say Wheaties train, but he's not anywhere near that one right now. Bomb being carried by Eternity. As Z kills off frozt, Ryota kills ZDK. Ryota is everywhere right now, killing Eternity. xpEeZy kills CRuNK. xpEeZy with a 1-dig on Ryota. Are you kidding me? What is going on here? xpEeZy kills Z. 2v1 scenario. Bomb is down on B side. KG's watching that guy piss, and he misses the shot. As xpEeZy's got a 1v1 scenario. xpEeZy could take home Cal-Am finals right now. He's fighting against Nani. Can't see Nani below Oiler. And Nani saves the round, as xpEeZy couldn't even see anything. I guess he had his sunglasses on. Couldn't see that CT below Oiler. Picks up the slack and downed him off as a 1v1 scenario. Nearly took AmpedGaming home, and Fever nearly started singing "We Are the Champions" over on Ventrilo. So what a quick round that was, as Fever nearly took that championship home and left AmpedGaming to themselves. I mean, and now watch this, as Eternity has got that bomb up, as Nani kills off ZDK. xpEeZy gets down by Nani with a quick M4 to the face. 3 guys remaining. Eternity's got that bomb, and Nani just downs the Ivy team all by himself with quick shots. But he pushes out, and ridic is there with open arms and opts him from T-spawn. So this matchup is quickly happening as Eternity comes in, kills Ryota. Bomb's going to be planted in B site. You've got 2 guys covering B. KG and what appears to be CRuNK or Z pushing in as Eternity's planning. He's pulling the good old train robbery as he jumps from train to train. Excuse me. I am out of control as ridic kills KG with an op shot. You have yourself 1 guy remaining for Z. That is it. Z kills off Eternity. 2v1. Bomb is down in B. 1 guy remaining for AmpedGaming. This could very well be it as frozt kills Z. This matchup, ladies and gentlemen, is over as the Cal-Am final championship is Fever. They take home the championship. They're your season 11 #1 ranked team, and this matchup just took it down in the dumps as AmpedGaming couldn't take control of it and lost it all together with a poor T side, and CT side they couldn't recover as the quick shots came in, the quick push in the B side, the kills over in Courtyard, and the train robberies just kept happening left and right as there was nothing left to do but lose this one left and right for the I mean, AmpedGaming was just caught with their pants down in both halves, and what more can you do as Fever's just annihilating. Their shots were on target, as xpEeZy was talking about in that interview previously. And I gotta say, this matchup was no matchup whatsoever, as Fever just took it home run, and the top players just